Hey everybody, Greek Geek here. You guessed it. We're back at Ollie's. Some folks on the Omnibus collectors thread on Reddit said they found some good stuff here. I found nothing at my Ollie's, so I haven't been to this one in about a year. Let's go inside, see if this one is as bare as mine or is loaded up with some comics. Let's check it out. Alright guys, first stop is always going to be the comic books, and yes, the folks online were right. Look at that. Marvel Masterworks X-Men, $16.99. Black Panther, Christopher Priest, Volume 1, $24.99. Yes, sir, we're buying that. Let's see some more omnibuses here. What do we got? $34.99 for the X-Men. Sweet. I'll put that back for a second. We got the Rebirth Deluxe Book 2. Probably grab that as well. And I see also Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 Masterworks. Jeez. What other Masterworks? More X-Men, more Spider-Man. Got another X-Men omnibus there. I have to dig through here. It's in one of those wire cages, but it looks like there's some other stuff in here. Alright guys, so that was the front of the store. I came back to the actual comic area. Look at that. Another X-Men omnibus. They've got the Fantastic Four Marvel Masterworks. Bunch more of the Christopher Priest, Omega Unknown. Got the Incredible Hulk. There's the Ta-Nehisi Coates that other people were finding. So let's grab that, put that in here, and let's see what else they've got. There's an X-Men Volume 1 we already had, Return of Superman. There's a Captain Marvel omnibus that people were finding and going nuts over. So let's put that in my pile. What else do we have here? Rorschach, DC Legends. I saw someone was flipping through. There were some epics. There's an X Factor epic for $8.99. That's pretty crazy. Suicide Squad. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. I know people love that. I might have to grab that. I Am Batman Volume 1. What else? X-Men Inferno. Some Green Lantern. I think you got Marvel Young Avengers, Justice League Origin, tons of stuff here. So the folks on Reddit were correct. Alright, I'm going to keep flipping. I'll show you if I find anything else. Alright guys, we left the comics. Now we're in the toy aisle. Probably going to be the same stuff, but found some great comics as you saw. Check out the toys. No price tag on Charlotte. Probably $14.99. Hey, look at Wakanda. That. You haven't picked up your Wakanda Forever figures in the last 2+ years? Come on down. They are down to $2.99 and probably will still be here in a couple years. Still have 1 million retro Star Wars figures. No surprise there. Transformers. Helena Shaw. Nobody's going to buy that. Hey, look, they've got the Dude. Got some more of these guys. Those are kind of fun. $12.99. There's more Ahsoka. Probably will see her in other aisles as I continue here. Some Sonic toys. Got a ton of Hot Wheels. Still have the X97 X-Men Jet. Bunch of them there for $12.99. Alright, so there was only one aisle of toys because they're all out here. Look at this. We got Michelangelo, Raphael, got a bunch of turtles. $6.99, not bad. Mutant Mayhem, that was a good movie. Got a advent calendar. Got some more wrestlers down here. The Seth Rollins, The Rock, same ones that have been here. Got a bunch of these rings. Actually, that's a pretty nice ring. The Rock and Roman Reigns, $40. So if you want a WWE ring and a couple figures, come to Ollie's. Can't beat that. Got a bunch of them. More wrestlers down here. Tons of Batistas and LA Knights. Those will probably still stay there forever. Hey, look, more Wakanda Forever. This is pretty cool. Got the old school look to it. Pizza Thrower, $19.99. There's the Mutation Station, Mutant Maker set. So it's good to see some turtle stuff. Those are good toys. If I was a kid, I would love these. All right, guys, back at the collector's lair. R2 is going to keep me company here. So Ollie's around me in Florida has been dry, same old garbage, but you could see in this video, we struck pay dirt today. The mother lode, this Ollie's was stacked. Hadn't been there for probably close to a year. Some folks on Reddit were talking about some finds that they had there and specifically suggested this Sand Lake Road store, which I usually avoid because it is a zoo. If you're familiar with Sand Lake Road, all the Universal Studios traffic and the tourist traffic. But today I had an appointment, so I was only about 5 miles away and I went there. So what did I find? Let's start in no particular order. Avengers Epic Collection, $9.99. I'm a sucker for any Epic. This is volume 26, but you don't need to know anything. You can go straight into these. Nothing special with this storyline. This is Taking Aim, but it's got George Perez art. Love George Perez, absolute legend. So $9.99, I was all over that. You saw that they had the X Factor Epic. I'm not an X Factor guy, so I did not buy that, but could not turn down Wolverine, Tooth and Claw. Wolverine and Venom on the cover there. This is volume 9. These are all $44.99. Sticker price, cover price, another $9.99. I just wish Ollie's didn't put those stickers on here. They're almost impossible to get off cleanly. Grab those. Not much DC stuff there that I wanted, but they had the Rebirth, Dan Jurgens, Volume 2, Deluxe Edition. This was that fun storyline where Lex took over the mantle of Superman and they kind of either fought together, if I recall, or Lex was fighting for good. This was a good storyline. I had the trades. I have Deluxe 1, so Deluxe 2. For this price, why not? Instead of the Omnibus, which is much more expensive. This was $7.99, so no-brainer for Dan Jurgens, one of my favorite creators of all time. I've heard nothing but good things about this Al Ewing, Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a pretty thick trade here. This was a $49.99 trade. $12.99. So heck of a deal. Al Ewing is an amazing author. I've read some of his Thor books, have not read the Immortal Hulk, but very well-regarded run. Can't wait to dig into that one. Omnibuses. You saw the omnibuses there. Classic X-Men. Not the Chris Claremont stuff, but still $125 sticker on the back. This was $34.99. This is not anything great. It's not a great read. These have been available on Amazon and other discount book sites for $39.99 to $49.99. But anytime you can get a great, big, thick Silver Age X-Men book like that, it's going to be a little bit wordy, going to be a little bit corny, but for the collectors, heck yeah, $35 all day. Another one, again, this has been popping up on the random book outlets, but this is Black Panther by Christopher Priest, Volume 1, $100 tag on the back. This was only $24.99. I'll buy any omnibus for $24.99. The $34.99s, you got to think about it a little bit, but $24.99, yes. Again, all over that. And then last but not least, Black Panther, I can never say the name, Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is a thick one. This is a well-regarded run, $125. I don't know, I think this was when he married Storm or she was in the picture. So yeah, another one, $34.99. You saw the other ones. I had put the Captain Marvel in my basket, but I don't read Captain Marvel, even though that is a very well-reviewed book. I left it for another fan out there. I did not get that. There were several other epics, but they were kind of banged up. There was an Avengers one that was banged up. There was a Thunderbolts Volume 2. I don't read Thunderbolts. My backlog is already too big right now. So I got all of this here for like $140, and there were plenty left if anyone was looking. All those Marvel Masterworks were $16.99. I don't collect those. I used to buy them at Ollie's for $9.99. If they were $9.99, I probably would have grabbed them. But $16.99,
you're not going to get any more of those because I think that line is dead. But if you're looking for some of those early Amazing Spider-Mans, X-Men, Fantastic Four, you just want to buy the first 10 issues, check out your Ollies. All right, guys, that was today's haul. A great haul, the best one I've had probably in a year or so at Ollie's. So comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you're finding at your Ollie's. Check out my other videos, and I will see you next time.